Today we're going to talk about our Unit 6 Topic 2, which has to deal with angles. I'd like you to turn to page 14 in your packet and describe and sketch an example of as many angles there that you remember. When you are finished, go ahead and hit continue with this video. So today our topic is angles and angle relationships. First of all, I need to make sure that you all know how do you name an angle. So there's two ways to name an angle. If there is a number there, all you have to do is state the number. So if I am talking about this angle right here, which is going like this, I would just say I could call it angle 1. If I'm talking about this angle right here, I could actually just call it angle 2. But if those numbers weren't there, then what we would need to do is to use 3 letters. So when you use 3 letters to name an angle, you always put the vertex letter in the middle. So what do I mean by vertex? Well, an angle has 2 sides that come together at a common point, and that common point right there is called the vertex. These 2 sides here, like this, these are called rays because they have an endpoint and they keep going forever in the opposite direction. The vertex has to be the middle letter when you name your angle, because naming an angle is the same thing as if you were tracing it out. So let's say I want to trace out angle 1. I could take my finger and I could start here, and I could move along like this. That's angle 1. I went from A to D to B. So I could name angle 1, angle ADB. Another way I could name it is I could reverse the order, but again, I have to keep that point D in the middle because that's the vertex, and it could be angle BDA. So that's another way to name angle 1. Again, this symbol here is my symbol for angle. How can I name angle 2? Why don't you try it and then hit pause. When you're ready, hit continue. Okay, so if I'm going to trace out angle 2 right here, I could name it angle BDC, or I could name it angle CDB. Again, think about how, if you were tracing it with your finger, the order of the letters. So it could be BDC, or it could be angle CDB. But the key is the vertex has to be in the middle. Very important. All right, so let's look and see how many of these angles that you actually knew. If you didn't get it right, erase it, hit pause, and correct it. An acute angle has a measure that's less than 90. So I like to think, oh, it's so cute and little, and it's small, so it's less than 90. A right angle has a measure that is exactly 90, and usually we show that by putting that little box in the corner. So here's an angle, a 90-degree angle, and we like to put that little box, that little square type in the corner to show that that is 90 degrees. An obtuse angle has a measure that is between 90 and 180. So 180 is a straight line. We'll talk about that. That's our next angle. And so an obtuse angle is somewhere in between there. Here's our straight angle. It's a straight line. That is exactly 180 degrees. And this angle you may never heard of before. It's called a reflex angle. It's an angle that's more than 180 but less than 360. And to show a reflex angle, you actually have to draw in. See what I did right here? I had to draw this in. Otherwise, I don't know which angle I'm talking about. So if I'm talking about the reflex angle, I have to draw it in like this to show that I'm talking about the one that's more than 180. The one that's less than 180 would be right there. Reflex is more than 180 but less than 360. All right, one of our main topics we're going to talk about is complementary angles. If you haven't heard of complementary angles before, you need to commit this to memory. Complementary angles are, first of all, 2 angles, has to be 2, who have a sum of 90, and sum means when you add them, you get 90. So here's an example of complementary angles. 70 plus 20 gives you 90, so we say those are complementary. Here's an example of complementary angles. We see this little yellow box that says we know that's a right angle, which is 90 degrees, so obviously then these 2 angles here add up to 90. A way to remember complementary is to think complementary starts with a C, and complementary angles you could think corner, like this is like the corner of a room, the corner of a wall, 90-degree angles. So looking at this picture right here, It says find the measure of angle HJK. So if I trace that out, that is this angle right here. And notice what's in its spot. It says 3x minus 2. Well, I also have down here this right angle mark. So these two angles here and here have to add up to 90. See if you could get out your composition book and make an equation to solve that. If you got it, keep going and solve it. If you don't, give it a try, hit pause, and then come back. All right, because these two angles, here and here, have to add up to 90, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say, okay, 3x minus 2 plus the 50, those two angles have to add up to equal 90. Now I'm down to an algebra problem that we learned to solve back in our last unit. I'm going to start off by combining some like terms. So I have 3x plus 48 equals 90. I want to get the 3x all alone, so I'm going to subtract 48 from both sides. And I know some of you like to draw, sorry about that. You like to draw your line, so feel free to keep doing that if that helps you. And so these are gone, and I have 3x equals 42. My last step is to divide by 3, and I get x equals 14. Did that answer the question? No, the question didn't say what is x. It says find the measure of angle HJK. So I've got to figure out, well, what is 3x minus 2? So to do that, in place of the x, I'm going to put in 14. So I'm going to figure out what is 3 times 14 minus 2. So 3 times 14 is 42, and 42 minus 2 is 40. So double check that. Do those add up to 90? Yes, if this is 40, and this is 50, 40 plus 50 is 90, so that works. So there's my answer. All right, supplementary angles. Another important one you need to memorize if you don't know this already. Supplementary angles are two angles whose measures have a sum of 180 degrees. So they could be separated and looking like this. Again, you add them up, they equal 180. 110 plus 70 equals 180. So those are supplementary. Again, it has to be two angles that add up to 180. It could also look like this picture right here. Those two angles are making that straight line, and so obviously we know that straight line makes 180 degrees, and 120 plus 60 is also 180. So an important thing to notice is that when you see a straight line and another line's drawn in there to make two angles, they are always going to add up to 180 degrees. I'm sure you've heard that term before whether you watch diving or skateboarding and people are doing tricks and they say they did a 180 or they did a 360. 180 is like a half of a rotation going around, and that's what a straight line is. So these two are supplementary. They add up to 180. And a way to remember that, supplementary starts with an S. Think straight for straight line. A straight line has two angles that add up to 180. All right, so let's practice that. Here I have, I want to find the value of x, and I want to find the value of this angle HKL. So I trace it out. That's this angle right here. So if you notice, the angle right next to it that helps make a straight line with it, I know this angle here is 78. So I know, therefore, that these two angles is 180. So let's make an equation that says that. So I would say the 4x plus 2, this angle in red, plus the 78, the angle in pink, should add up to equal 180 because they make a straight angle, a straight line, which is 180. Go ahead and take a minute and solve this, and then hit pause, and when you're ready, come back. All right, here's the algebra work you should have done to solve this problem. You should have combined the like terms, which are the 2 and the 78 to make 80. Since 80 is being added to the 4x, to get 4x by itself, you subtract 80. And then here, since the 4 is being multiplied by x, you divide by 4, and you get x equals 25. So there's your first answer. The value of x is 25. Now to find the value of this red angle, HKL, that I just outlined in green, it's 4x plus 2. So since it's 4x plus 2, I'm going to take the x out. I'm going to put in 25. And so I get 4 times 25 is 100, and 100 plus 2 would be 102. Now you could have also gotten that from the beginning, because if you know that this angle in pink is right here is 78, then this angle right next to it has to be 180 minus 78, which is 102. Okay, let's do another problem like this. See if you can set up an algebra equation to solve for x and then find the measure of angle RST. Hit pause and then hit continue when you're ready. All right, this particular problem here, you should have noticed that these two angles make 180 degrees. So to solve for x, you can add them up, the 3x plus the 36, and set it equal to 180. So here is my equation below. And I subtracted 36 right here. I divided by 3 right here, and I get that x is 48. So if you were asked to solve for x, you would get that. And then to figure out what the missing angle 3x is, you take 3 times 48, and you get 144. So that's how you can use some algebra with supplementary and complementary angles. Real quick, let's finish off complementary and supplementary. Take a minute, look at this diagram. See if you could name for me a pair of complementary angles and supplementary angles. Hit pause and then hit continue when you're ready. Okay, first starting with the complementary angles. Right here you see 90 degrees. Now remember, complementary means you have to name two angles up to 90, so it would be these two angles in here. The first one is this one, which you could name either FEB or BEF. So excuse my writing here. You can name remember you can name the angle two ways. But on the other angle here, right here, you can name BED or DEB. This is an E. In terms of supplementary angles, there are so many. So let me erase what we've got here. Remember, supplementary means that when you push the two angles together, they're going to be making a straight line. So you could have like AEC, this angle here, with this rest of this angle here, which is CEB, and they've made a straight line. There's 180 degrees. I've listed some other ones. You can check them out, see if the ones that you listed fell in there, and if you have any questions about supplementary, make sure that you ask me. All right, finally, we got two last types of angles that talk about adjacent angles. Adjacent angles are two angles that have a common side, a common vertex, and they don't overlap. So remember, that point that we have where the two sides come together is called the vertex. So this is an example right here of adjacent angles. They have a common side, side BC. They have a common vertex, that's point B, and they're not overlapping each other. Remember, adjacent means next to. So adjacent angles are right next to each other. So right here, these are examples of adjacent angles. There's the common vertex, there's the common side. They're not overlapping. This next example right here that I'm pointing to, they have a common vertex, but they do not share a common side. And the final example right here, they do not have a common vertex. Here's the vertex of this angle. Here's the vertex of this angle. So therefore, these two are not adjacent. This one is. Again, common side, common vertex. They don't overlap. Adjacent means next to. So see if you could use this picture right here and pick out a pair of adjacent angles. Hit pause and then hit continue when you're ready. Okay, again, there's many examples of adjacent. As long as you pick two angles that are next to each other, you're okay. So again, you could have said like VUR, that's this angle here, and the angle right next to it, RUS. You could have said angle RUS, this angle here, and pick another angle next to it. How about this one, SUT? As long as they share the common side, common vertex, and aren't overlapping, they are adjacent. All right, the final type of angles is vertical. Vertical angles are angles that are opposite each other, and they're formed when two lines cross. So here I have two lines crossing. My angles opposite each other are angle A and angle C. Those are called vertical. I have another pair of angles that are vertical in this picture, angle B and angle D. Again, when two lines are crossing, it makes four angles. The vertical ones are the ones that are opposite each other. So 2 and 4 are vertical, 1 and 3 are vertical. So let's see if you can find a pair of vertical angles in this picture here. Hit pause and continue when ready. All right, in this picture here, it's a little bit tricky to pick out the two lines that are crossing, but I went ahead and outlined them in orange. So the vertical angles are these ones that are across from each other. It would be angle CEA and angle